Hello, I'm going to be taking you through the horsing around investor deck, basically explaining to you what problems the equine world face and how I'm looking to solve them. So the problem is with the equine world is it's a very expensive sport and also very time consuming. If you own a horse, you're looking to go down at least 2 to 3 times a day, unless you're happy to pay for part and full livery, and that can easily start with £600 a month plus. That's even before vet bills, paying for shoes, feed, supplements, etc. And the other side of the argument is obviously you have lapsed riders wanting to come back into the industry but not really knowing where to look, or they have riding schools near them and they're very expensive. So they're looking for other alternatives, potentially like loans. This is when the equestrians go on to or use Facebook, as Facebook obviously already has the community groups built into the app. But the problem is these groups have 60,000 people plus on them, where your adverts are then getting lost, and even when you do repost them, you've got thousands of people posting at the same time as you. It makes really no difference. Or you have people in the Gen Z generation where only 16% are actually utilising it, so it's quite outdated because they're going to things like Instagram and TikTok. So these are daily posts that are being posted that again get lost. But what I'm finding is, for example, especially you coming up to when people go back to uni in September, they're either looking for riders, wanting to take their horse with them, realising that it's a big expense, can't afford it, then they're trying to find riders in that area, which they then can't find because they don't know anyone, and vice versa, or they'll bring them back here, or keep them at their home address, and then it's left to their parents to do, which obviously isn't ideal because most of them are probably working. But also what I've noticed as well on Facebook is people put up their potentially offering jobs for people to do, so grooms, looking for stable hands, also selling second-hand equine clothing for horses and humans. The idea of the platform is to create a community, bringing the equestrian world together, trying to create a more affordable sport. This will hopefully, for example of this is you could be going to a show and you need help finding transport, and there could be someone down the road or passing you on their way. They could come and pick you up and you could go to the show together and share your cost. So what the app will essentially provide is sales, loans, and ad hoc riding. This will also enable people to put on the platform whether they're looking for work. You could be a mum driving back, just dropped off your children off at school, and you're looking for a bit of extra income. You could go and muck out a couple of horses, go and ride, if there's someone obviously on your way back. Ad hoc riding, well, if you're looking for a horse, if you're going away for a week or so, you could find someone to ride your horse for you whilst you go away. Or obviously loaning, if you're a bit of a longer duration, going to uni, moving away for a bit and don't want to sell your horse, because obviously we view them as big dogs pretty much. You wouldn't want to sell your dog, so people don't like to sell their horses. And then we'll start selling clothes on it, whether that's rugs, hats, jodhpurs. So yeah. And then as we go further down the line, I'd like to create community groups and shared calendars where people can then upload videos and ask for advice. Or you could almost create your own little community of riders or stable hands that potentially for example, if you go away on a weekend and you need cover, you can put it out to your little group that you've created, and they can then say whether or not they can take it, and then it will go into the calendar. As well as hopefully being able to work with top riders and trainers to improve people's riding. So phase 1, essentially we want to create a seamless app where people can find what they want easily, without having to scroll through endless amounts of adverts they don't need to see. We want to be able to allow people to review adverts, and then through this we want to almost create like a blue tick thing that Facebook and Twitter now have of verifying people. So if you're a vet or a riding instructor, you can have when you leave your review, you can have a tick next to your name or a star that lets people know that what you're actually saying is true, or more trusted. And then it's just basically creating a platform where with like-minded people can come together and actually help each other. So if you take a look at the home screens, you can easily sort and filter what you want to see. It will show you the height of the horse, age, what discipline they're in, and obviously gender. And then you can also save adverts, so you can almost create your own little stables, whether this is horses you're potentially looking to buy or view, or even if you're riding horses on an ad hoc basis, you can add them into the saved adverts part, or even jobs, just so you can find them a lot more easier. And then on this page you can see reviews of adverts, just confirming what they've actually said is true. These are 2 adverts of riders and horses. You get to show, you can see your discipline, age, and your star rating comes from the reviews that you're given, and ability. Now, when uploading an advert, users will be able to upload a video as well, which will actually enable you to see what level they actually are. So although they may put intermediate or advanced, you can tell a lot by a video. They can put 5 images and videos up, that's all together, to give people a better understanding of your riding, and potentially if you suit their horse, or or the horse suits you as a rider. And again, you can save adverts. Phase 2 will look to create a second-hand marketplace where people can then buy and sell their equestrian goods. At the minute, everything is done through Facebook, and it just gets lost. So again, it's just another thing where your adverts, and it's not as if you can put paid spend behind it so it sits at the top, it just gets dropped to the bottom. So yeah, we want to be able to create job services that can be taken as well as being able just to make your all-round, just to make your horse a lot more affordable by not being charged a professional's rate. And as well, obviously, buying stuff new is a huge expense, so it helps, as well as helping save the planet by upcycling rather than throwing away. So phase 3 is to be able to create calendars and community groups that sit within the app. So we want to be able to create community groups that connect people in their area, so we can potentially look to localise it even more so when they're going to shows, they can put it out into the group, and if they need help getting transport or want to split transport, they'll be able to communicate that with people. Again, Facebook they use at the minute, but the problem is you've got Surrey Horse and Pony, and with the 60,000 people on there, Surrey's massive, so it's very difficult to actually find people in your area who could actually share with you whilst your advert's getting lost. And then also creating a calendar. So this is quite important, for example, when you have like a couple of sharers for your horse, which some people do, or if you just have a couple of grooms that for example, when you go away, you can create a shared calendar which allows all of you to access it, and then you can put dates up that you're potentially away or you need help grooming for a show, and they can come back and fill in the slots of whether they want to do it or not. And then I'd like to take the app even further by working with top riders and giving people or equestrians the opportunity to almost get taught by trainers that they wouldn't be able to usually afford through videos on the app to help you improve your riding, whether it's with show jumping, dressage or cross country. Now, before I get on to the next bit, how we are looking to generate money is advertising onto the platform. This will all be localised. So, for example, like saddlers in your area, if shows are coming up and they're looking to get more entries, they can put it up onto the app, as well as local horsebox hires, and then as well as we'll look to take a percentage off of what we charge to have their adverts up. Now the first 6 months will be free just to get people on board, but then we'll be looking to take a small percentage off of obviously having the adverts on board, and then when people go to buy and sell clothing, we'll take a small percentage off of that. So at the minute we're raising money under SEIS. The MVP is now complete, and the first bit of feedback is still in progress, but once we've raised more, I want to go live and then put out basically get people to test it more, and then we can look to put a go-to-market scheme out in place just to get more users on board, whether that's looking to do a competition or working with potentially brands to help you to help people understand why they need the app. So here where your funds will go: market assets, developing the app, and go to market, creating marketing assets. And this is the team: me, Mason, Greg and Marcus. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.